Okay, we are going to look at frequency tables a little bit more today, and just how we can find, remind us how we can find the mean without having to write out all of the numbers or type all of the numbers in. So if we're looking at this frequency table, I just want to remind you what this means. So there's so this is adult male heights. There's one person that's 60 inches, one person that's 65 inches, one person is 67, two people are 68, that'd be 5'8", 5 people are 70 inches, 3 people are 71 inches, one person is 72 inches, and 2 people are 75 inches. So in the past, what we've kind of done is we wrote out all of the numbers. We're not going to do that today, but I'll just remind you that this is what the frequency table means. Now, this one's not too bad, but when we get to the next problem, we're going to have some where they repeat a lot, and we want to have a shortcut to put this into the computer. So what we're going to do is, for each of these, we are going to multiply the inches by how many people have them, and then use that and add it together to get our sum total. All right, so 60 times 1 is 60, 65 times 1 is 65. These are not exciting. 67. 68 times 2 is 138. 70 times 5 is 350. 71 times 3, I don't know why I did that on my calculator, 213. 71, and 150. So we don't want to have to type 70, 70, 70, 70, 70.
Miss Phillips, the 72 one is 72.
Which one is?
72.
Oh, I said 71, 72. So then what we're going to do, we're going to add these up instead of having to add all of these up. We're making it a little bit faster. So we'll just add 60, 65, 67, 138.
I turned in the
50,
one. The other one
213, 72, and 150. So we get a sum total.
I'm gonna.
That's a big number.
I'm gonna bug you. Oh no, I'm really.
Okay. So to find the mean, then what we would do is divide by how many people there were. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 5 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people, so we'll divide by 16. So we have to use these numbers. A lot of times people make the mistake of just counting these. That's not going to cut it because there's 5 of these, 2 of those, so you have to add all of these up, and that's where we get the 16. So divide by 16, and we get 69.6875. It's about almost 70. Approximately 70 inches is the mean. So that would be the average height. So if you think about what that would mean in real life, it's a little gory. You'd have to cut the top off the really tall people, put it on top of the short people, and make everyone the same height. So if we think about what this mean means, that means if everyone, we just made them all equal, they'd all be 70 inches high, which is about 5'10". Actually, it is 5'10".
That guy.
Okay.
60 inches, still like 5 foot.
Yep. I mean,
So short.
yep. Maybe just a short person. He may not be from the United States. He may not have had good. Okay. So then, using the same idea, I called this frequency tables, but we've done a little bit of that already. I also have a dot plot, and we can do the same thing with a dot plot. So I can just make myself a little frequency table. So these are times winning the basketball tournament. And so some teams have only won once, some have won twice, some have won 3 times. There's only one team that's won 8 times. They must be really good basketball players. But we can make a frequency table out of this. Actually, let's do that over here. So times 1, we'll say, and then frequency, and then we can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just make a table using this dot plot. So there are a lot of teams that have only won one time. That's really sad. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of them that have won one time. I don't know about you, but on my calculator, I don't want to push 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is why we're going to use some multiplication. So then there's 3 people that won twice, 2 people that won 3 times, 2 people that won 5 times, and only 1 person that won 8 times. So what we're going to do is multiply those and get our sum total. I'm going to put the edge of my table here. All right. So 1 times 15 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 5 times 2 is 10. And 8 times 1 is 8. And then we just have to add these numbers. I don't have to do 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. It's just a lot of work. So if we go to our calculator now, we're just doing 15 plus 6 plus 6 plus 10 plus 8. And we're getting 45. And then what do I divide by? How do I figure that out? How many people? So I could count these dots, or I could add these up. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So if we divide by 23, it comes out 1.9565, blah, blah, blah. So approximately 2 times winning. So the average team, according to this is our mean, the average team has won twice. If you're looking at this data, would you say the average team has won twice? Is that average? I mean, only if we're thinking about taking some of these and moving them over here. This 8 is really making that a lot higher than everything else. I think this is probably an outlier. So really there's only 3 people that won twice out of 23 people. So it's not a super great representation. And so that's where you might want to talk about the median or the mode. So the mode for this one is 1. That's what happened most often. If I was looking at this, I would say it's typical to win 1 time. And if you're lucky, you might win more. That's what I would say. And then for the median, instead of listing all of the numbers out, you can actually go, okay, so there's 23 people. I want to figure out where the middle is. So the middle, if I take 23 and divide by 2, that gives me 11.5, which means it's between the 11th person. Actually, it's going to go to the 12th person, if you think about that. So if I find the 12th person this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can also cross off here and here, here and here. Instead of having to write out all the numbers, this is just a shortcut. You could cross off here and here, here and here, here and here, here and here, here and here. It gets really exciting. Here and here, here and here, here and here. Or if you just really want to, you can take a big piece of graph paper and write out all 23 numbers and do it that way. But this is where we can get our median, and you can do your quartiles and stuff from that too. So our median then is also 1. So what that means is there are 11 people who have 1 or more, and then there's 11 people who have 1. So if I were going to describe this data set, I don't know if I'd use 2. Is 2 really typical? Not exactly. 1's what's in the middle. And there's more 1's than everything else. So I would use these. Altogether, the mean, median, mode are called measures of center. And they basically are 3 different ways that you can describe what is typical for a data set. It may not be the actual average, but it might be more typical to use that for those. Okay.